Central Intelligence. Let's talk about it. So I got a chance to see this movie a little bit early, which is cool in its own right, but what was really cool about it was the fact that there was this live Q&A session with Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart that they broadcast from New York, and it was just so fun to see these guys live and in action with each other. The chemistry was great between them. They're just really cool guys. Dwayne is super charming. Kevin's obviously really funny, and it was hilarious watching them have to answer some of these questions and banter back and forth with each other. And it saddens me that I have to report that unfortunately the movie isn't nearly as funny as the Q&A session was. But that being said, let's get into the good and the bad, starting with the good. The shining light in this movie clearly is The Rock and Kevin Hart. This is a new kind of role for Kevin Hart, because normally he plays the funny man, but in this movie he plays the straight man. And all things considered, I thought he did pretty well actually. You know, he cut back on some of the Kevin Hart-isms, he had some really touching moments from time to time. I think he's still got some work to do, but the point is that with this movie he's proven he can play both sides of a comedy duo. And The Rock is charming as usual. You know, he's got that $1 million smile, he looks like he's about the size of Optimus Prime, and regardless of what you may or may not think of his acting chops, The Rock proves again in this movie why he is an action superstar. And you can't help but see how much fun these guys are having on screen with each other. I mean, they're just having a blast, and as the viewer, that's fun to watch. Amy Ryan is also great in this movie as the FBI agent chasing after these two, but let's be honest, we expected that. She's great in everything she does. And we got a couple funny cameos out of Aaron Paul and Kumail Nanjiani. You knew how many people had watched Breaking Bad in the audience because there's one Breaking Bad reference that, you know, a couple people laughed at. I was one of them. It was actually pretty funny. And I'll use this opportunity to start getting into the negatives because there's one cameo at the end of the movie that just felt like a total waste. Like they just shoved this person in this movie just to get a laugh. It really feels like the director just saw this woman walking by the set one day and was like, hey you, yeah, Mrs. Somebody, you want to be a part of our movie? Of course we have a role for you. Come on over. Hi, yeah, Mrs. Nobody? Yeah, you're fired. Yeah, no one knows who you are, no one likes you, you're fired, get out. Hi, Mrs. Somebody, it is so great to finally meet you. Yeah, we have a role open for you, something just opened up. I really hope that's not actually how it went down, but that's how forced it felt. And yes, Dwayne Johnson is ridiculously charming, it just comes natural to him, but his character in this movie is so obnoxious, I couldn't stand it. I mean, seriously, I couldn't understand what his character was all about. Like, was he trying to be like a Kaiser Sose type character where he was tricking people into getting what he wants? I still don't really fully get it. What I do know is that it bothered the hell out of me. But I blame the writing and the direction more so than I do him for this, because I think that this was something that they were telling him to do. But I also blame the writing because the movie ends up becoming very, very convoluted, and I also blame the direction because the movie becomes silly and stupid at a point in time where I just couldn't take it seriously whatsoever. But overall, I did have some fun with this movie. I mean, there are some laughs. I was laughing at times during this movie, and there's some fun action sequences, although there's a lot of shaky cam from what I saw. The biggest problem going for this movie is the fact that it came after 22 and 23 Jump Street. I've already seen these two modern-day buddy cop comedies juggle action, comedy, and drama very, very effectively, and unfortunately Central Intelligence is trying to do the same thing, and it really is just not as successful, not even close. But fortunately, the movie is saved to a degree by the performances and the chemistry between Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart, and I look forward to seeing them team up with Jack Black and Tom Holland for Jumanji. So all that being said, this is barely, just barely a movie that I would watch if I was stuck on an airplane, so I gotta give Central Intelligence a 2.1 out of 5. But that's just what I think, take it or leave it. What do you guys think? Have you seen Central Intelligence yet? When you get a chance to see it, let me know what you thought down in the comment section. Let's talk about it. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up button if you like this video, and subscribe to my channel so we can do this again soon. I'll check you later.
Check you later. Check you later. Hey man, get off my case. Oh man. Chicks don't want to hear that shit.